What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays and 4Ks, and why we like to buy and own our movies and TV shows, even some DVDs once in a while. If you're a physical media collector, want to be a physical media collector, or you just like talking about movies, you're in the right spot. We have some great conversations here. The community is growing. It's so interactive and interesting to talk to everybody. So join us. You know, I'm dragging this out, but hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if you like this, hit the like button. The like button really helps get the word out about the show and everything we're doing here. So I haven't done a bonus features breakdown in a while. You'll see that there's some, if you go to the main channel page and you look at the bonus features breakdown playlist. Basically what bonus features breakdown is where I take a physical media release and take a look specifically at what bonus features are on that release and try to tell you if it's worth it. Because for me, bonus features are really crucial to the physical media experience. Now, we don't get them the way we used to, that's for sure. So when we do get something with great bonus features, I try to highlight that. And I haven't done one in a while, so I think it's time that we do one. And I'm going to talk to you about Gun Maverick, the 4K release specifically. Now, this is a limited steelbook that came in this big box. I did an unboxing for this already. You guys have seen it. So I finally got to sit down, watch the movie. You already know, if you follow the channel, that I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. Probably, I mean, I've got to really think this through a little bit more, but it's a contender for my best theater experience of the year, for sure. So I love the movie. So I was happy to finally be able to sit down, take a look at the 4K, and take a look at the bonus features that came with this set. It's a dual layer disc, so there is room on the 4K disc for all the extras. I don't necessarily mind when they studios put the bonus features on the Blu-ray and just really expand out the space on the 4K disc for the movie. But this movie's not overly long, so I think it wasn't too big of a deal for them to be able to squeeze those bonus features onto the 4K disc. And that just makes things a little more convenient, especially if you're going to watch the movie and then right after that watch the bonus features, which is what I did. And I do that a lot with movies that I really like. So as far as how the movie is presented, this is a demo disc 4K. The 4K is stunning. The detail is high. For a release that has all the extras on the main disc, there's no crushing here. There's no anomalies from compression or anything. This is a very nice disc. It has Dolby Vision and an HDR presentation. It has Dolby Atmos, and the Atmos track is phenomenal. The fight scenes, like the jet dogfight scenes, and the score in this movie, when it kicks in those speakers right as the movie starts, it gets you hype, just like being in the theater. So it's a really beautiful presentation. So let's talk about the bonus features. There are a number of featurettes. The first one is called Cleared for Takeoff. Now, a lot of what is happening here is focused on the aviation aspects of the film, and this is an aviation movie, so that makes sense. So Cleared for Takeoff is a featurette that goes over the process that the cast went through to even be allowed up in these fighter jets. The Air Force has some pretty stiff requirements to even be allowed to fly in these jets the way that the cast needed to fly in them. So they went through the whole training process, and that includes being dunked underwater in a mock-up of a jet and proving that they could get out. A lot of things. They had to do a whole series of flights in smaller planes. They started with a Cessna and then worked their way up to the fighter jet. And it was really cool to hear the cast sort of talk about that experience and how they had actually, most of them had expected to just be taken up in a jet one time so that they could have a reference flight to feel what it was going to be like. And then they find out from Tom Cruise that they are going to be in these jets a lot, that they're going to shoot everything practical. And some of the cast were legit scared, and you can tell in this series of interviews. So it's not extremely long, but it's very, very fun to see that sort of behind the scenes stuff. And you see how seriously Tom Cruise took it. He even put together a lot of the training that the cast went through. He led the training. He's an aviation guy. He owns his own plane. He's been flying for years. So he had a lot of knowledge to impart. Now, I think, for me, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, are you in the movie or are you directing the movie? Because it really feels like you're driving the boat a lot. But he is also the producer of the movie. So he has more irons in the fire than just being an actor that's in the movie. And it's fascinating to watch. Then we have Breaking New Ground. This is focused on how the scenes were filmed, how the dogfight scenes and inside the jet scenes were filmed. They had to develop new cameras just for this film because they were shooting in IMAX, kind of. I know they say it's in IMAX, and it technically it's the IMAX spec, but it's not IMAX cameras. I mean, to do a standard IMAX camera seems to me like it would be impossible because it would take up the entire cockpit of the jet. They're so big. So they had to develop special cameras. They were shooting in 6K in the IMAX format inside the cockpit of these planes, and they worked with the Air Force for over a year to figure out how they were going to be able to mount these cameras inside the planes. And there's some I don't want to spoil everything. I want you to be able to watch it, enjoy it. I just want to say that's the crux of it. And then there's also a lot of stuff in this featurette about how other aspects of the dogfights and flight scenes were filmed, including the ground crew and the other jets that flew along with the jets in the movie to be able to capture that footage. It's really fascinating. I highly recommend it. Let's see, what else we have? A Love Letter to Aviation. This is Tom Cruise talking about being an aviation fanatic, how much it means to him, how important it was to get it right in this movie as much as he could. There's a lot of footage in here of he has a plane, he has a World War II era plane, and it's actually featured in the movie also. So it's short, but interesting nonetheless. Let's see, Forging the Dark Star. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, it starts off with a stealth plane that doesn't exist. And that particular part of the movie is where you see the majority of the CGI that's in this movie. This movie is mostly practical. But at the beginning, they're flying a plane that really doesn't exist. But what's fascinating and surprising is that they actually built this plane. So it wasn't all CGI. They built the plane. And I'm not going to say much more. I want you to discover this on your own. But it is a fascinating look into the level of detail that the team, the filmmaking team, not just the director, not just Tom Cruise, the entire team went through to create something that felt believable. Watch it. It's very good. All right. Masterclass with Tom Cruise. This is the Cannes Film Festival premiere of Top Gun Maverick. After that film played there, he did a pretty lengthy Q&A session, and this is the longest. This is the longest part of the bonus features. This one's pretty long, and it's just a one-on-one interview. It's not like he doesn't take questions from the audience or anything. This is all a planned interview that session that happened after the movie, and I'd say it's good. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. The interviewer does ask him about pressure he may have felt from the studio or the media to put the movie out on a streaming platform because it was due to come out and it kept getting delayed because of the pandemic. That I'll let you hear that answer for yourself. It's a good interview. I feel like Tom Cruise does have a bit of an agenda to pump up and promote the crew and crews. Different crews, not Tom Cruise, but different crews that he has worked with over the years. And I think that's admirable, but he does tend to not completely answer some of the questions that he has asked. But the anecdotes in here, he talks about talking to George C. Scott on when he was in Taps and different other movies that he's done that have had a big impact on his career. So it's still a really good listen or good watch, but it's not as deep as I would have liked it to be. Then we get a couple of music videos. Hold My Hand, it's a Lady Gaga song. I didn't realize it was Lady Gaga. I need to pay a little more attention to that song now. And then I Ain't Worried, which is a One Republic song. Both of these songs were done for the film, and music videos were made. I had no clue. I don't know where these music videos might have been presented. I guess on YouTube or something. Let's see, what else do we have? There's a teaser trailer for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. I mean, that's online. That's nothing else there. So that's your extras. The only thing I feel that in these, it seems like a short list, but these are pretty encompassing as far as the filmmaking. There's a lot of behind the scenes footage. There's a lot of cast and crew commentary. I would love to have had deeper information. The biggest missing piece here is a director commentary. Why didn't we get a director commentary? There obviously was room on the disc, because if you look in the settings for the film, there is a crap ton of audio options for this movie. They could have easily dropped a commentary track in there, and I would have loved to have heard it. A Tom Cruise commentary would have been cool, I think. So we didn't get that, and I would have loved to hear a little past the marketing-ish feel of some of these featurettes. I would have loved to hear it a little bit of deeper behind-the-scenes storytelling. But that said, what's here is better than what we normally get. It's pretty deep in here. So I think it's a pretty solid bonus feature set, especially considering how good a quality the 4K disc is on its own. The movie is reference quality. This is a movie, if you want to show off your sound system, if you want to show off your OLED TV, this is a movie to put in. It's near perfect. And then we get a reasonable set of extras along with that. So pretty happy with this release. There are a couple of options out there for it. There's a standard 4K. I think there's another Steelbook. There's a set that you can buy. Now, that set would be pretty cool if you don't have the first film, because all the extras are on the 4K. So if you buy that 2-movie set, you're going to get all these extras. So that's probably the most economical choice if you want both movies. I love this Steelbook. I love this set. I'm happy to have it. But it's one of my favorite movies of the year, so I'm going to try and get the best possible release that I can get, which is what I did. Let me know what you guys think. If you watched the bonus features and you have any thoughts on it, let me know. Or if you've watched the movie, you have the 4K and you have a different take on the quality, definitely let me know in the comments. If you want to recommend some movies that you would like me to do a bonus features breakdown and discuss the quality of the bonus features, I will do that, especially if it's an older release where I don't have to worry about spoiling bonus features. I don't like bonus features spoiled for me. I don't want someone to come on and just tell me every little cool anecdote that's in there. I want to discover those for myself. But if it's an older release you want me to talk about, then I feel a little better about doing that. Anyway, very solid release. Fantastic movie. That's my feelings on this. We are rolling into the holiday season. I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. This is probably my last post before Christmas, because I'm going to be going off spending some time with my family. There will be a few other things. I'm going to do a Pushing 100 post over on my TikTok, because I'm seeing my 100th movie tomorrow as I record this. And I'll do a TikTok video there. And I'll do a recap of my Pushing 100 after Christmas, before New Year's, next week, basically. But this is it for my planned YouTube videos for the pre-Christmas time. So I hope you all have a great holiday, and I'll see you next week. Until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV at home.